Success is not by accident, it is by design. And welcome to the Success by Design show, where we bring you the stories and formulas of successful people that have designed their own success. And today, we're talking about something that resonates with me, overcoming challenges. Not so much business challenges, but some personal challenges, and we'll see how we're going to talk about that. But today we have Siham in the studios. Siham, how you doing?
Doing very good. Thank you so much for having me to the show today. Thank you.
First of all, you have a spectacular dress.
Thank you so much.
So I just wanted to say you're looking very lovely. And today we're talking about a very serious subject.
Yeah.
It's overcoming challenges. So can you kind of, and I know you had to overcome some challenges in your life.
Yeah.
Can you tell us your story?
Well, everything happened in Algeria first, because I grew up in Algeria. Algeria, it's a wonderful country, but has been devastated by the civil war during 10 years. And women were targeted. Women has to stay at home and wear the veil and give up, job, give up university, study. And for me, that it was more than being dead. For me, it was giving up my freedom, giving
Wow.
up my woman aspiration, my dreams. And I fought. I decided to don't give up. And every day it was a challenge to stay alive, because if you don't follow the rule, you might be killed.
So let me ask you this question. You grew up in, this is the culture of that country, right?
Well, no, because
Is this something new?
it was something new, exactly. It was a rise of a certain political, let's say, party, and it was very, very conservative. Even extremists, they wanted to turn Algeria into Afghanistan, and because
Wow.
the population, the civil population didn't follow, so they took revenge of the civil population, and it was women were targeted mainly, yeah.
So you growing up in this country, all of a sudden they said, no, you can't. So you had, at some point, you had some dreams. You were, it was more of a free country.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom,
Yeah.
no, you stay at home, you
Yeah.
wear the veil, and you can't pursue your dreams.
Exactly, exactly. And there is so many women who have been killed, and then it was targeted, and then it became just random. It was bombing everywhere, bombing at schools, bombing in the markets, in the airports, in the buses. So the biggest challenge was just to make it, to go in the morning, go at school, and come back in one piece at night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So from there you came to Canada, and can you maybe, for someone out there, there's some new immigrants in Canada even right now. So what can you share of that experience of overcoming that kind of those challenges? New country, new language. It's Algeria is French, right?
It's French.
Yeah.
French
So not so much new language, but also now you have to adapt English as
Yeah.
well. So can you kind of give us a little bit on that?
Yeah, so after that I decided to immigrate to Canada. I arrived here in 2003, and as most of immigrants, I came only with little bit of money.
By yourself?
Yeah, one
Wow.
suitcase and a lot
Did you
of...
have this dress?
No. No. And yes, and being honest today, I think that Canada is the best country of the world.
Wow.
I really think it is the land of opportunity. Canada, if you want, if you want to have a steady job, you can have a steady job. If you want to go back to school, you can go to school. If you want to open your business, they encourage you to open business, and there is so many resources. And I think that there is a lot of people who take that, this country like for granted. But I always say you have to know hell to appreciate heaven. And I really, really, really believe that Canada is one of the most beautiful country in the world. And I feel so fortunate to live here.
So now you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And so for people, because it's a big difference, you come in here, no money, new country,
Yeah.
big dreams.
Yeah.
So what's the trend, how did you go from, just landing here with a suitcase,
Yeah.
not even having that dress,
No.
to being an entrepreneur, and then now having this dress? No, I'm just joking. But really, how did you tell us about how you started your business and some of the challenges you had to overcome.
Okay. So let's go back in time. I arrived here in 2003, and as soon as I arrived, I joined the workforce. I wanted to work right away, which I did. And then, I don't know if it has been the same for you, but for me, open my business has been a long process, like a maturation, something that you think about it and takes time to mature. As you know, if you're a woman and you're pregnant, so from the moment you get pregnant to you deliver, there is 9 months. For me, it was 9 years.
Wow.
So I arrived in 2003, and I gave birth to my business in 2012. So it was approximately 9 years, but I have been through challenges, of course, and I worked. I always been, you know, from the 9 to 5, having the security of a paycheck, and yeah, because everyone was living like that, but deep down I was still thinking and dreaming of doing my business until in my last job I was working for a major bank, and the CEO just flew from Toronto to announce that the branch was relocating elsewhere, so all the staff was laid off. And I remember people crying and panicking, and me, I was outside thinking, well, everything happens for a reason. Maybe, you know, the heaven above is just throwing me, you know, some opportunity and say, it's time for you to do what you want. And
so some of those challenges, you convert them into opportunity.
Exactly. So I had another challenge is, okay, you have the idea, you're passionate about something, but what about, you know, the capital, the money? And when you don't have money, you are going to knock at the door of the banks. The bank with the crisis, you know, do not lend easily. So I had another challenge, what I'm going to do. So I had only my RSPs, so I decided to cash my RSPs and go from there. And people were saying, you're crazy, you cannot do that, this is saving of a lifetime, this is for your retirement. I say, but well, you know, no risk, no glory, so let's cash my RSPs, and if it works, you know, maybe, you know, I will put more RSPs, but I have to start from somewhere, yeah.
So you immigrated from another country.
Yeah.
You had all these challenges back home, then you came here, then you had some challenges.
Yeah.
Now, for the people that are watching, and maybe they're going through personal challenges, business challenges.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of challenges.
Yeah.
What can you tell them about overcoming challenges?
When you have a challenge, I think that my biggest secret is that don't see it as one chunk. Take it one step at a time. Because if you see it big, you will just feel overwhelmed and you say, oh my God, this is too big, from where I'm going to start. And sometimes all that you want to do is to run away. But just take it one step at a time and think about, you know, if this doesn't work, how can I go around? And yeah, this is how it works for me. So I don't get overwhelmed. Otherwise you just say, no, it's not for me. I'm giving up. Let's grab a job like everyone.
just be you know, an ant.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so now your business is you know, you've had your business for a little bit now. What was that moment for you? That aha moment? That moment you said, you know what, this is really working for me, or this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
One day I was working for the bank, and a client just came and make a big transfer of money, and I was talking to my colleague. I say, why in this world there is people who has just a little bit of money, you know, living paycheck to paycheck, and there is people who, you know, has, you know, a lot of money. Well, for me, money wasn't, you know, my first purpose in doing the business, but it was about the drive. And she told me something that just was my wake-up call. She said, because there is people who are willing to take more risks than others. And I say, yeah, so risk, of course, risk, but we are all afraid, you know, of taking risk. We are afraid to go out from our comfort zone. So my aha moment was when I decided to take this risk. And I say, yeah, I'm going to take this risk. I'm sole caregiver of a sick mother, so it's very costly for me. But I say, you know what, I want to do it for her. I want to do it for myself. And no risk, no glory. So let's do it.
That's beautiful. So now you brought some, and the name of your company?
It's BioSecrets.
So you brought this. I want you to hold that and just tell me a little bit about this real quick.
Yeah. So argan oil you can find the argan oil only in Morocco, nowhere else in the world. It's
just from Morocco.
This is from Morocco. Yeah, you can see imported from Morocco. It's a healing oil. It's a healing and restorative oil. So it becomes very popular in the cosmetic industry because of all the good benefits. So for example, if you have very dry skin, if you have eczema, if you have rashes, for diaper rashes, it works wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It's a very powerful anti-wrinkle as well. And this is why there is...
does it grow hair back?
Not really.
Okay,
but
I'll try it anyways.
You can try it, and it's all, you know, it's organic, it's chemical free, it's pressed handy by the Berber woman. Just to say a little bit about the Berber woman, they are the first nation of North Africa and very poor community, and they have the exclusive right of producing and selling the argan oil. So for me, it's a little bit related to my personal story, because I had the chance to come here and have a new beginning, but those women are still fighting to have basic rights.
Wow.
So this is why whenever you buy argan oil, let's say it's mine or another brand, just know that you are empowering those women.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. Okay, so because we're running out of time, we're going to go to commercial break in about probably in about a minute.
Okay.
We were supposed to get 3 tips. Give me 1 tip.
1 tip. There is so many tips, but we are going to start with the most important. We are all afraid, which is normal. The person who says, oh, I'm not afraid, I'm going to make it, I'm the best, it's not true. And the biggest challenge is to overcome your fears. And for that, there is a tip. Go talk to your family, talk to your friends, and try to have advices, try to have comfort, even some kicks, you know, when it's needed. This is what happened to me.
Kick in the behind.
Yeah, kick in the behind, in behind.
Okay, thank you so much for coming on the program.
You're welcome.
I hope to see you back. And of course, stick around for more of Success by Design Show after this.